and the host of a new podcast about a friend of mine, Peter Ivers. Peter was the host of a TV show featuring prominent LA punk bands until he was murdered in 1983. 40 years later, we dive into that music scene and the mystery of his passing. Listen to Peter and the Acid King on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, you won a couple of tickets for the Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory down in Akron, celebrating 50 seasons of fear. Boy, haunted houses are going to change over the course of 50 seasons. Scenes and scares and incredible detail inside the Haunted Schoolhouse. They got food, they got beer over there in the Midway. Please drink responsibly at the Haunted House. HauntedSchoolhouse.com is the website. Tickets here for you. If you are caller number 10, good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
He's not much of a morning person and apparently not much of an afternoon person either. The Alan Cox Show
on 100.7
WMMS.
Oh, putting the finishing touches on this Saturday night's metal show. It's called 2 Hours to Midnight. Randy Bly from Lamb of God is guesting on the brand new POD track. It's called Drop. I'm going to play that for you. I'm going to play brand new music from who else? Play some new stuff from Go Ahead and Die. It's a Sepultura side band with the Cavalera brothers. Going to play some local music from Air to None and a bunch of classics for you. Going to play some old Life of Agony. Play some Bathory, Gojira, Metallica, all of it. 2 Hours to Midnight is the name of our Saturday night metal show. It's me, it's Corey Roddick, it's Pat Butler, and we all throw in, along with your requests, 2htm at WMMS.com if you want to contribute. If you're in a band, send me your stuff too. So Saturday night, 10 o'clock, I'm tweaking the playlist as we speak and putting the finishing touches on it. What did you ask?
Why is it called that? 2 hours
because it starts at 10 p.m. It starts 120 minutes before the stroke of midnight. People are telling me that the place you were talking about was called Judgment House, Mary.
No, it's called Trip to Hell.
Trip to Hell, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, those kinds of things probably have a bunch of different names.
Or there's more than one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan, that whole story you were talking about, that's going to be great on the show Coffin Flop over on Corn Cob TV. Yeah.
Spectrum doesn't want Corn Cob TV.
That's
They're
right.
saying Coffin Flop's not a show.
Mike from Parma says, talk about an icky thump. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So people are asking about Bill's, when Bill does die, if he goes before the rest of us. The question was posed to us, what do we want of his? And people have questions. They want to know who gets the snacksaphone.
Ooh.
I guess that's going to be up for grabs, right?
I'd probably go in a museum.
In a museum.
Yeah, it seems like a museum piece.
The Rock Hall.
Rock Hall? Snack Hall?
They're going to have...
Either one.
Yeah, it's going to have to be on loan back and forth between a couple of museums, probably. Snack Museum, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, with that multi-million-dollar edition, they're gonna need stuff to fill that up.
That prison?
No, not Garfield Heights, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe they can have a little cooperative crossover going, right? Every so often, they'll just put an inmate in like a rock and roll exhibit.
Yeah.
Gets them out for a bit. They get to, like a real Black Mirror type of vibe. Trip to Hell.
Trip to Hell. So they take you through the woods on this trail, and then it's like...
Is this a haunted hayride?
It's not haunted. It's a Jesus. So,
Same thing.
No,
It's
different.
Jesus is a ghost, too. Yeah, if you believe Jesus is a ghost.
You know how they use Jesus to strike fear in your heart?
Well, that's exactly what this is.
Yes.
So it's like a trail through the woods.
Which is what he wanted.
You come up upon like 5 different scenes with actors, and one is a girl getting an abortion, another is like a guy cheating on his wife, a third one's like an alcoholic mom who beats her kids, and it's like it takes you through all these scenarios and how horrible they are because the people in the scenarios are not Christians and they don't believe in God, and how that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to find yourself in all these scenarios if you don't have Jesus in your heart. And then they take you through the whole thing, and then there's this big dramatic ending where you're like in a room and there's this voiceover talking about the devil, and there's like strobe lights and demons dancing around, and then at the end of it they ask you, like, you walk out into a clearing and then there's like 3 doors, right? 3 curtains essentially, and they say, you know, before we let you go, there's 3 ways you can go. So if you were to die right now, you were to leave here and get in a car crash, where would you go? Would you go to heaven? Would you go to hell? And then the other door was, I don't know, like undecided. So when you walk through the door to heaven, you can just go. They're like, okay, you believe you're going to go to heaven? We trust you. Go free. If you walk through the hell or the undecided door, you have to sit with like a, you know, like a cool church guy, and they'll talk to you, be like, oh, so you walked through the undecided door. Why don't you tell me a little bit why you're not sure where you would go if you died today? And I'm like 14. I'm like, I lied to my parents, and I know it's wrong, and I feel like I'm gonna go to hell, you know. So
I stole a snaxophone.
yeah, it very much is guilting young kids into repenting and asking for forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. It's scaring you, yeah.
Wow.
Scaring you into salvation.
Trying to put the fear of God into you.
Correct.
Because what better way to get people to commit their lives to something they can't see than to terrify them,
Well,
to scare them?
it's almost like it's a manipulation tactic.
No. They just want
Well,
you to be fully informed.
But I would love to go through a haunted house like that. I mean, you'd see
They
documentaries on them,
they
and they
probably
were,
still have them, man.
I had Jesus-y friends who were, I mean, even going to Catholic school, we didn't have to do that stuff.
Trip to Hell, Ohio. They still have a Facebook page. Oh no. 2017 was the last time they had one.
Yeah, I think over time, there was more and more scrutiny put on those kinds of things, too. I mean, even within those religious communities, they were like, yeah, we just, you know, the girls that are playing the abortion kid, they're all aging out.
So here's
They're having too many abortions.
one of their posts from 2015. Trip to Hell is back, presenting Hell is blank. It's not a haunted house. It's reality.
Hell is blank.
Like, and I'm assuming hell is abortion. Hell is whatever.
You fill in the blank.
Yeah.
It's not called Hell is blank.
And then it says,
That would be cool.
it gives you the address, and then it says $10 per person, 13 years old and younger, must be accompanied by an adult. So this is for children.
Little kids, yeah.
It's a haunted house alternative. I remember when I went, my mom took me, and the scenarios were kind of scary, but what I found most disturbing was like when we were waiting in line, they have like this big screen and it's like a projector, and they're playing like someone is like in hell. Like this girl's like in like a box cooking.
Dude, it's so messed up.
Cooking in a box.
It was, though.
What's in the box?
I think the movie starts like.
Oh, no, they have it.
Yeah,
They have it. October 27th at 6 p.m. One night only. Hello? Who's there? Your music is kind of loud.
What? What do you want? Who? What?
Who is this?
You know who this is. Come on, man. You were just talking. You summoned me. You're talking about my cool-ass haunted houses.
Well, I just don't understand. It is you behind it?
Yeah, it's not me behind it, of course.
Well, what's the goal?
Well, the goal is, for me,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get as many abortions as possible.
But then why show
Way
us?
into abortions.
Why would you show a scene of how horrible an abortion is? Or can
Because
be?
invariably, everybody turns their back on their faith. And that's when I come in. That's the best part of my day. When somebody finally realizes they've been lied to the whole time. I'm the Prince of Lies, baby. You know me. Come on. What?
Why not the King of Lies?
Because
It's the king of beers.
I don't like to.
You're humble.
I
You're
don't like to toot my own horn. Everybody knows what I'm about.
Okay.
So,
King kind of implies that you didn't earn it.
I'm sorry?
Like a king doesn't really earn their title.
It's bestowed upon you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, but it's like not through your. It's not merit based.
Oh, sorry, Bill. I didn't work to
I'm
get
on your
it.
side here, Satan. Come on. I'm saying that you earned your title as you know, what
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Lies.
Prince of
I thought
Lies.
Ozzy was the Prince of Darkness.
He's the Prince of Darkness, but I pay him a licensing fee.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were the principal of darkness.
No, I'm the assistant principal of darkness. Until Ozzy died. I thought that dude was going to be dead way before now.
Still got to
So-
keep climbing that ladder, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. You got to hustle, man. Ain't nobody going to out-hustle me. Anyway, I love Halloween. I love the abortion haunted house season. Can they still do those abortion haunted houses in Ohio?
Yeah, there's one on the 29th.
For like
you
6
don't
weeks.
You don't have to cross state lines to do one.
It's a limited time, but yeah,
6 weeks.
act quick.
But, all right, well, I just want to poke my head in and, I mean, you guys called me. I don't know. I was just checking in.
So you are behind it in hopes that people will see these scenarios and be like, that looks awesome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like the alcoholic husband
Yeah.
beating his wife.
Yeah,
You're
it's
hoping
all
that
me.
a 13-year-old comes through and is like, that could be me one day.
Yeah, all me.
On either side, being
Yes.
beaten or being the drunk.
Yes, that is called freedom. Duh.
Okay,
Make your own choices.
right?
People do love freedom.
Make your choice.
They're always talking about how much they love freedom.
That's right. You know me.
And I feel like you're way bigger on freedom than Jesus is. He's got a bunch of rules to follow. You don't have any rules to follow.
No, I'm not a rules guy.
You hate rules.
That's right. That's right.
Are there rules in hell?
Nope. Do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want.
You can put whatever you want into whatever you want, and nobody will judge you.
There's no judgment in hell.
This is what we call, and I don't think anybody else is using this is what we call a judgment-free zone.
Ooh, like a safe space.
Yeah. Hell is a safe space.
Hell
Is
is
what-
a safe space.
I can't say it, but I'd like that to take off, yeah. I would really like that to start making the rounds.
All right.
Hell is a safe
You
space.
think we're going to play your song, sir?
There's a guy at our window, Satan, asking us to play his music.
I don't
Did you
even know
send
what
him?
that is. Oh, I did not say, I gotta go, guys.
What is he trying to show us?
His music.
What's his music?
I don't know. I can't see it. You'd have to get up and go to the window. To
Is he a rapist?
I don't know.
Rapper,
Maybe.
Jerry.
It's a tomahawk head.
Yeah.
Said you should play it on iHeart. I think
Oh,
is what he's
okay.
trying to say.
Yeah, okay.
You're
I'll
at-
play it.
You're at a talk show.
No, I'll play it. Whatever you say, sir. I'll play that. Hey,
What if we
Alex.
break him? What if he's great?
What's that?
Hey,
I'm a little low. That's what
Sorry. Hey. Oop. Hey,
I know there's a reason for it when Satan's calling in.
What's going on, Alex?
I was actually used to be a one of the teenage actors in Trip to Hell back in the day.
You were the one who scared me into tears.
Oh, good for you. You didn't get an abortion now, did you?
What scene were you in?
Well, I did it for multiple years. I did one of the car crash scenes. I did an overdose scene, and then I worked in Hell 1 year as well.
Okay, so hell is the one I was describing at the end, where they talk about like the demons and it's like the strobe lights and everything like that.
Right, yeah.
Right.
They would take you into a room, and they would basically put the whole group in front of Satan, and he would give a whole little speech. And
Was it set in Trump
They have
Tower just to
people-
keep the, just for
The whole
accuracy
speech?
purposes? What?
The whole speech?
No, the one right next to it.
Oh, okay.
no, it was just a little room, but
And so who did you play?
it was. I was a main driver in a car crash scene,
Yeah.
main guy in an overdose scene, as well as one of the demons in Hell. One of the
Wow.
These are good roles,
So
man.
here's my
Yes.
question,
There
Alex.
are no small parts, just small actors. And which one of those did you like the most, Alex?
I think car crash was probably the most fun, just because You got to run around screaming and looking like crazy.
You got to run around screaming. What was the scream? You were the driver of the car crash?
Like a teenage kid is drunk and
you were
crashes
drunk?
the car.
I see.
It was like drunk kids, and basically you were like, oh, no, I caused a car crash, and you're like freaking out. Your girlfriend's dead. And
oh, I see. So you really had to, like that Pearl Jam song, you really had to commit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Were you raised like Pentecostal evangelical?
Pentecostal, yeah.
Okay, so did you feel like, what were you feeling when you were being an actor? Were you like, I'm helping other kids get saved? Was it something that you just liked to the acting part of it? Like, what was it in it for you when you were being an actor?
I just liked acting as far as it goes. I wasn't, if somebody got something out of it, that's cool. But I just, thought it was a neat opportunity.
Are you religious now?
Yeah.
Are you still Pentecostal?
I don't go necessarily to a Pentecostal church.
Are you doing your own DIY hell house at your residence?
No, unfortunately not.
He's like, I need
sometimes.
I need a new generation of car crash victims and demons from hell to make this thing 5, 6, 7, 8. He's like out there whipping them into shape. Okay, thank you, Alex. I appreciate the heads up there. There's Alex, who used to be, formerly, he was one of the demons at one of these hell houses.
Can you imagine, like, the stage director? He's like, all right, so you just went to hell. I need you to sell this, all right? You are in hell for all eternity. Hell, fire, and action. He's like, nope, you're not in hell. You're in purgatory. You need to be in hell.
Pentecostals don't believe in purgatory.
I'm asking for demons, and I'm getting nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Just wouldn't scare a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. I was raised Baptist, so we still went to that. I don't know what there was for Baptist people.
It's usually an evangelical thing. Like, any of these things are technically evangelical, where it's like retreats in the woods and tent revivals and all that. That all falls under evangelizing.
And it's a lot harder to revive a tent than you'd think.
You would.
You have to alternate
really
compressions and breaths.
And make sure you stay on pace. And
see, Baptist people don't do that. We have cookouts. Like, we have get-togethers at, like, local parks underneath a little pavilion, and we fellowship. We don't do none of that.
No, we
stuff.
did fellowship too. We had fellowship every single Sunday after church. We would go in the back of the church and we would do our little potluck, our little cookout every single Sunday.
We did Trip to Hell, and then I think the church, to people that were of age, the church took a bus load of people to see the Passion of the Christ. That was the only thing we did.
Right, but what I'm saying is that our church put this on. This was a Pentecostal production.
Nice.
Your church just came to it to scare you guys.
Pretty much.
People are suggesting that your mom tried to scare you straight.
My mom?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even about that. My brother went, and I wanted to be like my brother, so I was like, oh, I want to go. It's a haunted house. And then I got a little too scared. I didn't like stuff. I mean, the stuff that popping out is one thing, but when people are literally trying to stand in your face and trying to yell at you, I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, right. Now you love stuff popping out at you.
Certain things.
That I know. I don't like surprises.